Hello, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to be here, and I'm going to give everyone just a few minutes to, well, not a few minutes, more like a few seconds. And we're going to get my timer going because I don't want to go over. Okay. Hi, everyone. Okay, while you're coming in, here is what I need. I would like for you to introduce yourself. At least tell me what grade you're in if you're a kiddo here, and tell me, let's see, what grade, maybe where you're from, if somebody can type that for you, or if you can type it yourself, because you know what, this is just about the coolest thing. I am a kindergarten teacher, and I live in Indianapolis, Indiana, and listen, I get to teach a reading lesson to children all over the country. What? That is amazing. Maybe even the world. Sometimes we have people from different countries pop on. Oh my goodness, I'm just so excited about this. So if you just logged on, what we're doing is introducing ourselves. We want to know what grade you're in, and we want to know where you live, where you're from. And I'm on two cameras here. Instagram, hi. I cannot see your comments because I have to have the camera forward facing, but I can see Facebook comments. So if you're here, make sure you show me who is in the comments so I can say hello. Okay, now here's what we need to do. We need to define something really quickly. Okay, in my classroom, when I'm teaching reading, one thing I love to do, and I'm willing to bet you do this in your classroom too. One thing I love to do is something called a turn and talk. If you do a turn and talk, will you do me a favor and hit the hearts for me so I can see if you do turn and talks in your classroom, because we do them all the time. And if you don't do it, what it is when your teacher wants you to think about something or process something, they will say, turn to your neighbor and have a conversation about something, okay? So what I want you to do is think about a turn and talk in a different way. We're gonna think about a type and talk. Oh my gosh. So what a type and talk is, instead of turning to your neighbor, in class, you're going to type in the message bar because I can read most of them. So let's practice a type and talk, okay? I'm gonna ask you guys a question that's going to get you ready for our book today. All right, here's the question. I wanna know, have you guys ever wanted something so badly that it seemed like everybody else had? It might be like a video game. Maybe it was a really cool pair of shoes or jewelry or something like that. I want to know, has anybody ever experienced anything like that, where you just felt like everybody else had something and you wanted it so badly, but you didn't have it yet? Maybe it's something you wanted for Christmas. Tell me in the comments, what is it that you guys really, really wanted? Okay, I'm going to check those comments in just a second. I'm seeing lots of friends logging on, even some little kiddos from my classroom. Hi, I miss you guys so much. And can I just say that to any students that are watching, we teachers just want you guys to know how much we love and miss you guys. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking about my students every day and I miss them so much. So just know that your teachers are definitely thinking of you and that we love you guys so much. Okay. Well, hello, I'm seeing lots of kindergartners and fourth graders and first graders. Oh, so exciting. Okay. Well, before we get into our book, this is what we're going to do. We are going to set the stage for our focus today for our reading lesson. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on retelling today with the book that I've chosen, which I will show you what the book is in a minute. It is one of my new favorite books. I love it so much. And I'm seeing all the comments. And by the way, before I get into this, after this live, I'm going to go back and read every single comment on this thread. And if you want to tell me something, or if I ask a question in the book and you want to respond to it, I may not be able to respond to it right now, but I promise you, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to read all of your comments and I'm going to see everybody that got to join us for this live. So I'm really excited. Okay, so our focus today, boys and girls, is retelling. Now, if you are in kindergarten, first, second grade, You probably definitely do a lot of this in school. 3rd, 4th, 5th graders, you guys might do similar work, but you might refer to it as like making a summary of something that you read. Now, why is this stuff so important? Why are teachers always saying like, okay, boys and girls, it's so important that we retell the story? Okay, well, let's talk about that. If you just read a story and someone asks you, well, what did you think about that? And if you don't have anything to say back, or if you are like, oh my gosh, you know what? I don't even remember what I read. Does that help anybody? No, that doesn't help anybody. That doesn't help you. And when we read something, we should always take something from what we read, right? When we read something powerful, it might make us want to do something. It might make us think in a different way. And, you know, it might drive us to action. And so when we retell, we're really grabbing all of the important things out of the story. Okay. So now, if you notice here, there are 2 arrows. Okay. On this side, if you were kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade, I want you to focus on this side, okay? So here you can see, you're gonna be focusing on the characters in the story. Then you're going to focus on the setting, okay? Setting is where they are in the story. Then you need to really pay attention and figure out, what is the problem in this story? And I gotta tell you guys, it might even be tricky because there might be more than one problem, okay? And then the solution, what happens in the story that sort of fixes the problem, okay? So that's kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade. 3rd, 4th, 5th graders, I want you to come over to this side, okay? You're going to be retelling and doing more of a summary, but I want you to think about it in a little bit of a different way, okay? Because you guys are older, so I'm gonna move it a little bit closer. So it says that you're gonna retell with a focus, and I want you guys to focus on feelings and emotions, because you guys, the character in this book is going to go through so many different feelings. I mean, it's going to blow your mind. Now, as we're going through the story, I want you to make sure you're paying attention at the beginning of the story. How's the character feeling? In the middle of the story, okay, and then in the end of the story. We're really going to sort of track how this character is feeling, because it's kind of like a roller coaster. Sometimes the character feels high and sometimes the character feels low. So we're going to talk about that. Now, what I want you guys to do is to create some notes, okay? I know you might have a sheet of paper in front of you right now. You might have a notebook, anything. You can literally grab anything. So look here, I've got just some plain white paper. If you have a notebook, that's fine too. What I want you to do is make 4 sections. I don't care how you do it, okay? You might want to fold it like this. Okay. Open it back up. Boom, you've got 4 sections, okay? This is for everyone. If you have a notebook, you can just take your pen or your pencil and you can easily just divide your paper up like that. All done. Easy peasy. All right, K1-2, kindergarten, 1st and 2nd graders. I would like for your paper to look like this. It's going to be super easy. Ready? It's going to say C for character. Okay, and this is where you're going to draw or write information from the book when we read the character. So if I introduce a character and you're in kindergarten, maybe you draw a quick picture of the character, okay? The S, okay, we have 2 S's. This S up here is gonna stand for setting, okay? So when you notice the setting in the story, it might change. You might wanna write that or draw a picture of it really quickly. Down here, the P is for problem, okay? And this other S is for solution. So you can draw, you can write, you can do anything that you want to do to take notes. Older friends, same thing. But you guys don't forget, you're going to be tracking feelings and emotions, okay? And Instagram, my apologies if this is cut off. I really wish I could see that, but this is what older kids are focusing on. Beginning of the story, middle of the story, the ending of the story. And in this last box, I thought it would be cool to talk about the lesson that we're going to get from this book here. Okay, so as you are getting that ready, I'm going to get set up because we're about to get into the book. I'm going to move that out of the way for now. If there are any teachers watching and you want to send somebody to this video later, there are some printables that will be available after this live. You can send it to be printed, or it can be uploaded to Seesaw or Google Classrooms, whatever you guys need. But it's just a note-taking sheet for a bike like Sergio's, which is the title. Oh my gosh, I gave it away before showing you the front cover. Okay, we're ready to get into this book, which I've already told you the title. Our book today is called A Bike Like Sergio's. And this book, I gotta tell you guys, it's a good one. Now, the author is Maribeth Boats, and it's illustrated by Noah Z. Jones. Now, this might sound familiar to you if you have ever read a book called Those Shoes. Okay, show me in the comments if you've ever read Those Shoes. Give me a thumbs up or a heart or something, like, or you can just say yes. If you have ever read Those Shoes, that's such a good book. But this book is this book is by the exact same author and illustrator, and it's called A Bike Like Sergio's. Okay, here we go. And if I'm being a good reader, I never just want to start reading without making sure that I, pay attention to the front cover here. Let's see, a bike like Sergio's would suggest that maybe this friend is Sergio. And I see lots of bikes here, and then I see a friend here that does not have a bike. So, all right, let's get into it. A bike like Sergio's. Every kid has a bike but me. Oh my gosh. He's feeling a little sad right here at the beginning of the story, isn't he? Okay. Sergio rides his new one while I run alongside, out of breath. Ask your parents again, Sergio says. Your birthday's coming. Sergio forgets that there's a difference between his birthday and mine. Oh my gosh, I want you guys to think about that question right now. I'm sorry, not question. I want you to think about that statement right now. Sergio forgets that there's a difference between his birthday and mine. What can we infer? What can we infer about that statement? What are you guys thinking? Feel free to tell me in the comments. If you don't know what it means to infer is when we have to read the words in the story and we have to assume or make a guess about what the author is really saying about the characters. Okay, so let's see here. Sergio forgets that there's a difference between his birthday and mine. Oh boy, okay. Yeah. I see some comments that are saying, you know what, maybe he doesn't understand that his family may not have a lot of money. That could be it, right? There's a difference because this friend just says, oh, just ask your parents. No big deal, right? It's your birthday's coming up. Just ask them to get you a bike. And he says, oh, you forget. Let's see. Let's keep reading and see if that inference is right. I wish, I say, but I know that wishes won't make money up here. Oh man, you guys think we were right? Yeah, he says, I wish, but wishes do not make money up here. Oh my goodness. Okay. At Sonny's grocery store, Sergio buys a pack of football cards. Oh, hear that? So Sergio's buying football cards. I stand in line, mad, with the bread that my mom wants, waiting behind the lady in the blue coat who we see all the time. She steps up to pay and gathers her bags. In the shuffle, her purse tips. $1 floats to the floor. No one sees. Oh yeah, do you see that there? That dollar tipping out? Yeah. Oh, and look, Sergio's tucking his money back in his wallet, and then he has bread that his mom wants. Do you guys think our inference was right? Yeah, maybe things are a little tighter for our character. Okay, let's see what he does, because that dollar fell on the floor. I scoop up the money fast. She's out the door, but I don't chase her. It's just $1. Oh, what do you guys think about that? It's just $1. No. Yeah. Like, what do you think? Is that okay? It's just $1. It's no big deal. Okay. Let's see what happens. At home, mom is feeding the baby. The twins pull pans from the cupboard. My Reuben, she says. Was it a good day? I nod and act busy. That dollar in my pocket stays a secret. Oh, man. And we just learned his name, didn't we, boys and girls? His name is Reuben. We didn't know that before now. Okay, he didn't tell his mom about the dollar. Let's see. Later, when I'm alone in my room, I fish out the crumpled bill and stare. It is not $1 or $5 or $10. It is $100. My hands are shaking. That money is enough to buy a bike like Sergio's. Then I won't have to run. I'll be riding. Oh, boys and girls, it wasn't $1, it was $100. Oh. Dad gets home from work late and tucks in my little brothers. When he gets to me, I squeeze my eyes shut and I stay as still as stone. Why do you guys think he squeezes his eyes shut and stays as still as stone? Oh, wow. Okay. Could it be that maybe he's feeling a little guilty? Oh, no, maybe. Okay, let's go. In the morning, the $100 bill is safe in my backpack. When I get to school, Mr. Grady says we will be learning about money and math. He sets up a store with fake bills and coins and pictures of things we can buy. I joke around and blow all my play money on a camera right away. Me on my bike is all I can think about. Okay. Don't forget, 3rd, 4th, 5th graders, we're tracking feelings in our notes. Okay, we're about in the middle of the story now, so you should be moving on to the middle. How's he feeling? How did he feel? Keep track of that. Let's see. We stop at the bike shop after school. Inside, I walk the rows and find one like Sergio's but silver. Man, you look good on that bike, Sergio says. And it's true. But I know if I ride home on a bike like that, I'll have to tell my parents where I got the money. I'll talk to them tonight, I say, and Sergio high-fives me. Oh my goodness. I noticed he didn't buy it, right? Because he's like, if I buy it now, I'm going to have to explain to my parents. At home, Mom is making a grocery list for Saturday. She walks her fingers through the cash in her wallet, and then she crosses things off. Maybe next week, she says. She looks up at me and smiles. Me with $100 in my backpack. Her crossing things off. Oh my goodness. How do you think he's feeling there? You guys write down lots of words that show his feelings and emotions, okay? Then she hands me a $5 bill. On your way home tomorrow, could you pick up some orange juice at Sunny's? When she mentioned Sunny's, I feel the sweat. What if the lady in the blue coat is there? Oh my gosh. What do you guys think? Oh, man. Okay, we're nearing the end. So if you're taking notes, you should be headed toward the end of the story. Write down, how does he feel? I take my stuff to my room and I dump the papers out of my backpack, and that's when I see it. The zipper that was closed, that was closed is open just enough. And the money is gone. Oh, heading out the door, I mumble to Mom, I'll be right back. Oh my goodness, what kind of feelings are we feeling now? Wow. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Rain is falling as I retrace my steps from school to the bike shop to home. Leaves and money look the same. Rain and tears feel the same. It's nowhere. Oh my gosh. Oh, man. He's crying. He's really upset, huh? I walk hunched and draggy to school the next day while Sergio rides. My brother built a ramp in the alley and I went airborne, he says. If you get that bike, you can come over and use it. I don't tell Sergio that I won't be getting a bike at all. Oh, man. The day stretches out. How many nickels and a dollar? Mr. Grady asks. How many quarters in a $5 bill? When the bell rings, I pack my backpack with homework and notes, and I tell Sergio to ride home without me. Oh my gosh. Oh, is he just feeling hopeless? Oh, that's a good word. You could put that in your notes. Maybe hopeless or so depressed. Okay. With everyone crowding in a hurry, I spot something. The smallest zipper inside, still closed. This was the pocket, not the other. I slide it open. I am rich again. To get that bike, I have to tell. Oh my goodness. I race to Sonny's as fast as writing, and I rush to the back of the store for juice. Someone bumps me, apologizes in a soft voice. I turn. My feet are frozen, watching as the lady in the blue coat makes her way to the counter with eggs. She reaches into her purse. Oh my goodness, boys and girls, she's there. What do you think he's going to do? Okay, here we go. Are you ready? And like a hot blast, I remember how it was for me when that money was hers, then mine, then gone. I leave the juice behind, and this time I follow her. How's he feeling now? She walks down one street and then another, past the bike shop. My mouth is dry. Excuse me, I say, and she turns, and we are face to face. And look, he even had to run past. Oh, this is something good readers do. They always pay attention to the illustrations. He even had to run past the bike shop with a big sale and the bikes there. Oh, how do you think he's feeling? Okay, let's see. I breathe fast and the words bust loose like they've been waiting. The lady says, yes, she lost $100 and she's been looking for it ever since. She tips her head and says, why? I uncurl my fist. I found it, I say, holding it out to her, still folded. Her face changes from surprised to joyful to soft. Wow. Why do you think that? Surprised to joyful to soft. She takes my hand in both of hers like a sandwich, and she asks my name. Thank you, Reuben, she says. You have blessed me. I am happy and mixed up, full and empty, with what's right and what's gone. Wow. Those are powerful words, aren't they? Happy and mixed up, full and empty, with what's right and what's gone. Oh, man. At home, everyone is waiting. The lost and found story is mine to tell. What you did wasn't easy, my dad says, setting his hand on my shoulder, but it was right. My mom pulls me close. We're so proud, she says. And in that warm house with my family all around and my birthday almost here, I am proud too. The end. Oh my goodness, boys and girls. So he didn't get the bike at the end of the story. I want to know, how are you feeling about that in the comments? Do you guys let me know? Do you feel like that was a good ending and that he learned a really great lesson that he can keep with him? Or do you wish that he would have gotten the bike at the end of the story? I don't know. I personally kind of like that he didn't get the bike at the end of the story, because for so many of us, we go through real things like that in our life where sometimes we might really, really want something, but we just can't have it at that moment. and he was honest. And the big lesson here that I like to take away from this book is when you do the right thing, even if you really, really wanted to do something else that wasn't the right thing, you feel better on the inside. And when you feel better on the inside, that's the greatest prize of all. So I really hope that you liked A Bike Like Sergio's. And so what I want to do before we go, because we only have a few minutes left, I would like for you to take a look at your notes, and I want you to really think about the range of feelings that Sergio had at the beginning of the story. And I'd like for you to have a conversation with somebody maybe at home, or even just right there out loud. You can talk to me, just talk to the screen right now. Tell me what are the different feelings that he felt at the beginning of the story versus the middle and then the end. And what the last thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is, if you have a blank piece of paper, I want you to create A Bike Like Sergio's Part 2. And I would like for you to tell the next thing that happens in the story. And I would love to read these stories. You can snap a picture of it and come right back and put it in the comments. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to look at all of those pictures. So if you write a story, just take a picture and upload it to those comments there. And if you, again, are a teacher or an educator watching, this is the second part of the download that you can get for free. You can put it on Seesaw, you can email it, whatever you guys want to do is totally fine. It's just a writing prompt sheet, one for older kids and one for younger kids. And I would just love to know, what did you guys think? So that's two things. You can put a picture of your note-taking sheet if you guys took notes during the story, or you can take a picture of your writing assignment, which is to tell me, what do you think the next thing would happen? In your story, would Ruben get a bike like Sergio's? Or would Ruben maybe not get a bike like Sergio's? And what would happen next? So I would love to see all of those stories. And I am just about out of time, boys and girls. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I will be here every Tuesday. And, since I have a minute, do you guys want a sneak peek? I'll give you a sneak peek of the book that we're going to share next Tuesday. Okay, this is a new book. All right, ready? Tell me in the comments if you've ever seen the movie Mulan, Disney movie Mulan. Yes, if you've seen Mulan, you are not going to want to miss next Tuesday. So write it down somewhere. Next Tuesday, we are going to be doing Mulan. And I'm going to be taking this book apart, and we're going to just be having some really great conversations about all of the beautiful language in the story behind Mulan, the legend of the woman warrior. And I got to tell you guys, if you've seen the movie Mulan, you're going to love it. You're going to love this so much, because this book, the story is even more complex than that beautiful movie that so many of us love. So tune in next week. I will see you then. And you guys have a great day. Bye.